Hey, good morning. I had to make sure my door was closed. So today I'm continuing the stock market analysis. I want to look at different stocks and basically weight them, get a mix of stocks. One of the first things I'm trying to do is look at different sectors. So, for instance, here the auto sector, compare how they do over time. And then, uh, oh, I don't have the plot here. Well, I gotta pull it up just a sec. Open. So, test show portfolio. All right, test portfolio performance against mean. I need the terminal. I hate the white terminal. What's solid colors? That's nice. Mint, matcha colored. Okay, now let's run this. Test.py. Sim spy. Oh, Python 3 tests dot py. Oh, we need to activate the environment. Show all data, show daily changes. Test show portfolio mix. All right, so now I'm getting some error. Oh. Reset index in place equals true. Okay, so let me pull up ChatGPT. What do we... Pandas df dot reset index. In place equals true. You already have a column named index, and you get an error. Your index has a name that matches. Yeah, so let's drop the index. Okay, so we can drop and replace it. What line is that? 158. Oh, then it's called installed here. Align data, in place equals true. Drop is equal to true. All right, how's that do? Very good. So yeah, this is what I'm trying to do. First, there's a bunch of things I want to do, but the first thing is I kind of want to look at for a certain sector, in this case, car makers. How is the performance with respect to the mean? So, new tab. Oops. If I do another one. Yeah, that just sucks. Let's do ocean or grass. Okay, and then this test. So this was what, automakers, right? So now let's go here. Which one's on? Show portfolio mix. Let's turn this one off. Yeah, so here's their comparative returns. So if you take the log returns for each day, do the log of the open, or yeah, log of, do the close for the current day divided by the close of the previous day, and then you take a log of it. And this is what you get. And this takes out the, basically the price. One stock's at a different price than another, and you want to compare them head to head. This is a way to do it. So if you show the log returns of each, Ford, GM, Tesla, Ford blue, GM red, not Tesla, Stellantis, I mean, Stellantis in yellow, and then weight them equally, then you get the green line as an average. And then if you take each automaker's performance against the average, you get this plot here. And so the kind of the general idea of this is you can say, hey, Stellantis has been underperforming Ford and GM since here. Maybe you could say that here it was overvalued. Stellantis was clearly overvalued. And currently, maybe you could make the case that Stellantis is undervalued. And I think you can certainly make the case that GM is overvalued. And you could see it more clearly if we, because wherever it starts from, all the lines start at the same point and they diverge from here. So if you want to see a more intense version of this, we can fix it to 12.123 as the start. So which one's on? Test show portfolio mix. Okay, so let's now start December 1st, 23. Okay, December 1st, 23. Test portfolio performance against mean. Turn that back on. Turn that guy off. Yeah, so you see since basically the end of 2023, and what a extreme divergence. And so what play to make on that? I don't really know, but there's something to be had there. GM is over basically 24 and 25. GM way outperformed the other two. Maybe it's just a better stock, but Ford fell slightly. It looks mostly stagnant, but it fell slightly. And Stellantis is getting crushed. So, yeah. So the next thing I want to do is looking at healthcare stocks. Basically, this should work for anything. You plug in any stock. You could go download data from the NASDAQ historic data. You can get data from here. Search for GM, say. GM historic NASDAQ data. So you get it here. I'm just going here, going to Max, downloading it. And then I put the data in here. Call it the name of the stock.csv. So where is the code? So yeah, I was looking at this yesterday, but when I did compare pharma, it breaks. But it breaks with the same way that it just broke, that I just fixed. So let's see if this works. Nice. What is that? Figure 2 doesn't have a title. Show return comparison. Okay, so something's wrong with how I'm doing that. Show return comparison. Return X is equal to true if type X is equal to type none, else false. Show return comparison, return X. Yeah, something's going on here, but it works. Yeah, look, so Pfizer's been getting crushed. Why are there two lines? There's two lines for each. There's two things being plotted. One is the performance, I think, and the other is the performance against the average. So look at that. Pfizer's clearly underperforming the other guys. Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick. Okay, so this is just some stupid plotting thing. Okay, so if x is none, then x equals stock.show data. Show data. Portfolio for each stock, if we don't have an axis. So instead of showing it, let's say fig. So here we should just pass an axis, right? Show return comparison axis is equal to axis. Yeah, we don't need that though. All right, that looks a lot better, way less crowded. Yeah, I don't know. I just think Pfizer's interesting, but whatever. Don't get caught up in that. So we've now got graphs working that gives us, it will weight a portfolio of stocks, give us a return against the average. So what do we want to do now? We want to like implement rules. We need to add options contracts. I'm just trying to think about what order to do this. So we need options contracts. We need to add in some rule for purchasing based on the log returns. Add rules. So what? All right, let's go to ChatGPT. What sort of rules are used to make stock picks? I have data. What values do I need to calculate? Fundamental rules. Let's see, can we get historic financial statements? Yeah, this crap keeps popping up. What's the AI overview tell us? Historical financial statements or reports that provide a summary. Main types of historical financial statements include... Yeah, where do I find them? Reddit. Maybe not the best, but you can find normalized balance sheets. I'm just trying to see what names are in here. AAOI. Let's see, what's that? Applied Optoelectronics. Whoa. Holy shit. Applied Optoelectronics has almost 20x. Since mid 2023. 2.5 years, 20x. Whoa. Yeah, so that's kind of complicated for now. Let's leave that out. Moving averages, price relative to 200-day moving average, trend slope, regression slope. Buy win price, yeah. Well, that sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Earnings yield, book to price, FCF yield. All right. Total score, yeah. For a factor X across the universe. Yeah, all right. Financial ratios are skewed. Median absolute deviation. To match sigma. So why would you assume a normal distribution? Instead of normalizing values, normalize ranks. Rank stocks cross-sectionally. Convert rank percentile to a z-value. Inverse normal CDF of, so what is that? Oh, yeah, so that's just like a table lookup. So you get the z-score is the point on the x-axis that corresponds with the rank. Trade-off loses magnitude information. Rank normal. Where's that? Oh, so rank and robust. Okay. Across many stocks at the same point in time. Percentile of I equals rank of I. Okay. ROIC, what is that? What do we have in our data set? All right, so what can we do here? I think I'm gonna do two different. The problem is, yeah. Okay, so let's say. How can I use this API? All right, whatever. That's not what I wanted to copy. I don't need to see all that. I don't know if I want all this crap. I don't know what any of this crap is. Okay, so here I am. Yeah, I'm completely lost. Oh. All right. Let's see how big that is. "28 megabytes. All right, so what if we make this to a feather file? What do we call this? Um, 10 megabytes. Okay, so okay, how big is this? 4.8 megabytes, okay. So I'll do parquet. All right, that works. So let's get rid of those. right, so now we've got earnings. df.keys, so what do we have? Act symbol, yeah. Okay, what are the quantities to assess? Whatever, we'll go up and find it. For z-score, talking about what we could do if I don't have data. ROIC. Okay, I'm gonna go make another coffee real quick. All right, so where were we? So we want to know what values we want to look at. Oh yeah, ROIC, return on invested capital. See if we can get the whole thing in view. We might not be able to. Oh, good. All right, now let's ask ChatGPT. Technical 6-month return, 200-day moving average. How do I calculate ROIC, revenue growth, and any other technical indicators? Fundamental indicators. Revenue growth. Can I do it using this data? Oh. Income statement and cash flow data. So these are assets. Balance sheet assets. Balance sheet equity. Balance sheet liabilities. Cash flow statement. Download a CSV. Whoop. Okay, cash flow statement. Now we want to make that a parquet also. So what is this cash flow statement? Yeah, may as well. Cash flow statement. All right. DF CFS. And then say df dot to parquet cash flow statement dot parquet. Oops. Okay, now what's this? Yeah, all right. Now this isn't earnings, it's balance sheet assets. Dot parquet. Okay, let's see, what do we need? What's missing? Liabilities, equity, revenue, operating income, net income, cash flow. Operating income. Invested capital. Okay, so we need debt and equity. So debt. Liabilities. Okay, so the viewers were here, but now they've left, and I'm at an hour, so I'm gonna call it for today. But I've got to write the summary of what I'm up to. Okay, so 1/1/2026. Okay, now let's show that we have the pharmaceutical comparison. Not technical data, fundamental data. And integrate z-scores.